Hello, when you play farming similar to 25, you ever wish for a map kind of like No Man's Land? With some difficult terrain, extreme weather, and vast emptiness, like No Man's Land. Well, this map might fit the bill. I'm Farmer Teacher. Let's take a look around. Okay, now something different than No Man's Land. Right here you have a constructible. It's going to be a log cabin. And you go over here and put stuff in there. And there is a warehouse on the map where you can buy some stuff. And there's a sawmill. Not a whole lot else. Let's take a look around. So until you get this built, though, it's a pretty nice cabin. Looks like that. It's a buildable cabin. Till you get that built, you got the little single wide over here. You've seen that before, probably. So once you get your cabin built, you could sell that for a little extra income. You got the red International pickup truck. I like these. You got the Great Plains cedar. You need to get the fertilizer attachment. Now, all your stuff is worn. Let me show you on the menu. This is 70% damaged. Okay, look at this. All of it is at least 50% damaged. So all of it needs maintenance. So just keep that in mind. Okay, coming around behind your barn. By the way, there's a river right down there. We'll see that from an aerial shot here in a minute. Okay, you got a small cultivator right here. And you have a small lawnmower that goes behind your small tractor. You got a 300,000 liter capacity silo that gets you going here. And a small plow. Okay, and here you get the trusty John Deere 3650 with 116 horsepower. Now, my downside is it has narrow tires and it snows a good bit here. So I put wider tires on there so I wouldn't get stuck in the snow. You have a small fertilizer spreader, but that definitely gets you going because your field you have right now is small. You have a very small baler. You have a very small tedder and a very small windrower. Now, your tractor will pull some larger ones, so I would upgrade those right off. You have one field here with grass in it, and it's small. It's only about 3/4 of an acre, but you could expand it a little bit with the plow. You can cut this other grass around it. Okay, you got quite a bit of grass around here that you can cut. And I did. Got some bales here, and you can cut some of this. So you got this on both sides here. I'll show you the map view in a second. Okay, these fences are not there. I added those so I could just show you something. So that it doesn't come with those. Keep that in mind. That's just open field there. But I want to show you about the animals here in a minute. Okay, you got this. There are no roads on the map. Okay, so there's no traffic. There's 50 collectibles. There's 58 farmlands and that one field you looked at. Let me show you from the map here. Okay, this is your land. You got a pretty decent amount of land. You got 12.84 acres, okay, of land. Not a tremendous amount, but you do have some. Once again, these pins are not there. I added those just to show you some things. They are not there. That's empty. Okay, you got some waterfront down here. You can go down there and go fishing if you have a Highlands fishing package, which is handy. Now notice this river cuts through the map. So there's a lot of land on this side that you can purchase. Look at this. For 24,000, 25 grand, you got these little plots of land, about 1 hectare pretty much, for 27,000. You got some bigger ones here you can purchase, 57,000, 26. And some of these over here are rather large. Okay, that's 410,000, includes a lot of the water. Okay, 412, that's a pretty good bit of land right there. Now, if you want to cross this, you can kind of get across here, but you got to be careful. The easiest place to cross is right here. That's the most shallowest and narrowest spot that I found. If you found a better one, let me know. There's your sawmill up there. There's some other isolated water things. There's another one over here. There's quite a bit of forestry on the map, but there's also open land here. You could purchase this. Look at that, and put a field right here, okay, just by plowing. So there's no trees to clear in the middle, and then you got trees along the edge that you can collect for forestry. So that's kind of cool. All your areas concentrated right in this area, and then your sawmill is there. By the way, the sawmill is only $75,000 to buy. And it has, in addition to your regular stuff, it has stuff made with wood chips. So instead of hauling your wood chips, you could say that you're going to use them. It will use them to make some other things like prefab wall from wood chips. So that's kind of cool. Keeps you from hauling those around. Okay, notice your damage here, and you need fuel and everything. Okay, here's your truck. Your damage is pretty beat up. So is your tractor. So before you get too much into anything, take it down to the shop and put some fuel in it. You'll pass a gas station on the way. So the way you get there is you go down this road right here. just that way. We're going to do that in a second. Let me talk about animal pens before I forget. Remember, as I said, these are not here. I added those just so I could show you this. Doesn't come with them. But I wanted you to see the food. So if you look at cows, total mixed ration gives you 100%, of course. Silage gives you 90%. Hay gives you only 60%. And grass gives you 80%. So it's a little different. So just take note of that. It's a little different. Okay, let's look at pigs. Pigs are the same. Nothing's changed there. Sheep, you get 85% for grass and another 10% for silage. And then another 5% for root crops. And meadow is 85%. Okay, chickens, your base food, which is what you'd normally think of for chickens, like wheat, barley, or sorghum, that's 70%. The grain there is corn, okay? And then you have root crops for 5%. So that's a little different too. We've seen that on a few other maps. On my map, I did put a sheep pen over here because I had the land, okay? And then I cut a field over here, right here, made another field over here. So let's head down this way. So all you have is this little cattle road right here, cow trail pretty much. It's easy to not see it based on the time of year. You do have constant water sources everywhere, so if you want to get something that you need water for, you got a free water source there. Okay, this is the Grain West silo. It's a point of sale. And then you have the warehouse here where you can purchase stuff, especially for your constructible. Okay, these are your only roads right up here connecting these things. That goes that way to the sawmill. We'll head that way. You got your animal dealer over here. And right here you got a fuel station. Okay, so you come up here a little bit. Hang this right, easy to miss. And here's the shop. Okay, you get your stuff worked on right here, and you need to do that. And your new stuff you purchase is going to spawn right there. Okay, so you head over this way to the sawmill. Like I said, I would purchase that. That's it there. Let me show you on the menu. You can place these too if you go to construction. Okay, there's two types on the map that are modded for this map. There's the $75,000 one, which you have here, and you got a $125,000 one, okay, with a little higher capacity. So there you go. You could put those somewhere. You could purchase this one. Okay, so leaving the sawmill, heading over this way. Let me show you where we are on the map, right here. We're going to go like due west. There's another little water source there, a little tiny one you can go fishing in. If you have the Highlands fishing package, you can make a lot of money fishing, by the way. Got some cool water sources over here. There's a big one there. You can't go all the way out in it. It's off the map, but it's still nice. And there you go. More water over here. You got this small little creek down here that runs south of your farm. So there's your little farm there. This is a pretty cool map. There's a lot you can do with it. It's an open canvas as far as what you can do. I even thought about adding a bridge. You can see the easiest place to cross here. This is where it's the most shallow. So right now you can just cross there, but you could. There's some mods out there to let you put a bridge there. I'm pretty sure. I've done it before. Okay, let me show you your productions. You've got the sawmill that you can purchase, and that's pretty much it. You don't own any. Okay, but you could build some on the map. They do have an increased capacity and a higher output than the standard sawmill. Oh, by the way, on your cows again, if you do dairy cows, they take 28 months to start making milk, okay, which is not normal. It's not like the base map, okay? It's different. So 28 months, and then if you do goat milk, those take 13 months to start making milk. A little more realistic than the standard game. There are some custom crops on the map. You got alfalfa, clover, flowering catch crop, green rye, spelt, silage, maize, triticale, vexed rye, winter wheat, and winter barley. And there you go. So you got those standard crops. Okay, the name of the map is Porcupine Mountains, Michigan. Porcupine Mountains, Michigan. And that's one reason, I guess, it gets a pretty good bit of snow because the weather has been adjusted for the location. That's pretty much the standard part of the map. Let me show you a couple of things. Okay, just to show you a couple of things here. This is my farm. I am working on the cabin. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It is coming along. They're working on that. You can hear the workers. Cut a couple of little paths down here so I can go down here and go fishing in my spare time. I expanded my field just a little bit. And then I put a sheep pen in here. And I have expanded this field. And I've taken all these trees out here. So what I'm going to do ultimately is expand this field a little further. And I've made quite a bit of money off this. Now, let me show you a shortcut. If you're interested, if you don't like shortcuts, you don't like to cheat a little, this isn't for you. I purchased a sawmill for $75,000, and I purchased this. I got this little mod here. Let me show you. Okay, this is the mod. It's called Small Wood Distributor. Small Wood Distributor. And it's $25,000. So you load that from the mod hub and you place that somewhere. And what it allows you to do, it's a production facility. You can either sell wood from here, but what I like to do is send it to the sawmill that I purchased. So if you look at here, I just ran out of wood, but look at my sawmill. I got quite a bit in there. It's working. I'm making good money off of that. And this is set on distributing. So as I put trees in there, it automatically sends them over to the sawmill. So anyway, that's a little bit of a cheat here. If you want to try it with forestry, it works great for 25 grand. If you don't like cheats, don't do it. There is a couple little glitches here. You can see the couple of trees floating. I'm thinking when I get rid of the stumps, those will go away. I've seen that before in the game, and that's quite common. Okay, so that's pretty much the map. That's it. I'm Farmer Teacher. Share this with your farming buddies. It's a great map if you like no man's land. I'll see you in the next go-round. Bye-bye.